You are getting ready to listen to the voice of Dr. Rhadi Ferguson, 2004 Olympian, four-time national judo champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, author, speaker, and coach.
Hey, what's going on? Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Rhadi. I want to ask you a critical and crucial question this morning, as well as give you an example and provide you with a quality answer. This morning I was having a situation where I started this new diet program and I got to drink this drink that's really not that appealing to me called kefir. And someone who's lactose intolerant, one of the issues with kefir is that it provides bloating, constipation, nausea. And I woke up this morning for my 4:45 workout, and I was like, man, I just don't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. I want to lay back in the bed. I felt like I had a slight, it felt like the vomit family was at the bottom waiting to run up and jump out. And I just didn't feel like it. It wasn't because I was tired. I just did not feel good. And I had to ask myself, I looked in the mirror, because I talked to myself in the morning, I said, well, Rhadi, what do you do when you don't feel like it? And the answer was, you do it anyway. And a lot of you all have these pockets of moments in life, sometimes during the day, and sometimes on a macro level during the year, where you just don't feel like doing something. There's some of you who you just didn't feel like jumping into the master's program, and you haven't done the MBA yet. You don't feel like taking the GMAT or the GRE, and you just haven't gone to grad school yet. There's some of you who don't feel like doing the course, so you haven't done your continuing education units yet. So some of you who you haven't elevated to the next level at your job, you just don't feel like doing it. And there's some of you all who have not moved into the next realm of health and wellness because you don't feel like getting up in the morning, you just don't feel like eating right, you just don't feel like doing the things that just aren't fun. And there's one thing about the acquisition of expertise that Anders K. Erickson talks about in many of his books on the subject of deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is hard, it's boring, and it's not fun. And that's one of the most difficult parts for a lot of people to wrap their minds around when they want to be good at a thing. When the thing is not fun, when the thing is not appealing, that is actually your time to move ahead in terms of gaining an edge in life's tempo with the other people who just don't want to do it. When you find an area or space where things are unappealing for most of the people in the population, that's the area that you can attack, where you can shoot up to the number 1, number 2, number 3 position. I can tell you right now that I tell my clients all the time, and I've told my son this and my daughter this, the same workout on a piece of paper being done at 5 a.m. is not the same workout when it's done at 9 a.m. What do you mean? It's not the same workout. And if you ask my kids will tell you, because the 5 a.m. workout requires more discipline. If you've listened to any of my Coffee with Rhadis, you've heard me say, in order to be disciplined, you must be a disciple. If you're going to be a disciple, then you have to follow. And if you're going to follow, what are you following? You have to follow the exemplars in life, or the exemplars of a thing. And you and I know we can look at an exemplar, we can look at a Warren Buffett, we can look at a Michael Jordan, we can look at a Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. We can look at everybody, and we know that doing the hard, arduous work early in the morning, when you don't feel like doing it and you don't feel good, is when it needs to get done. I cannot tell you the countless hours that I've been in the gym when I did not want to be there. Or the time when I jumped up under the squat rack, after vomiting in between the sets. Or the times like this morning where I had a slight tummy ache and I came to practice anyway. Champions do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Today, tomorrow, or in your life, when you get to a point where you don't feel like doing something, get up, walk to the mirror, and ask yourself a question and say your name. Say, Rhadi, what do? You don't feel like doing something. And answer yourself. Say, Rhadi, just do it anyway. When you don't feel like doing something that you know needs to get done, just do it anyway. This is Dr. Rhadi Ferguson. Take care. Have a super fantastic day. Remember, I love you, but God loves you best.